Tasteful Mr. Pete.
Ooh, that sounds so good, man. I wonder what that is.
Welcome back to Andertons TV. It's a special day today. This might even be a world first of collaborations between countries on one side of the Atlantic and the other side of the Atlantic. It's not a world first.
Right in the middle.
NATO happened, right?
Yes, it did.
This is a new, kind of like a new product. An evolution of an existing product, a big announcement for the guitar world from the guys at Darkglass. Bass players since the beginning of 2025 have been buying in their thousands the Anagram hardware device. This is it, basically. Just imagine this in a different color, nothing else different. And bass players were buying this and they were running their amp models and their effects and everything you can imagine that a bass player would need. Right? But the guitar world has kind of been excluded from the love and the goodness.
And we can't have that as guitar players. We
that.
have to be a part of everything all the time.
So what's exciting is we are proud to partner up with Darkglass and Sweetwater in a world first to bring to you the Guitar Essentials version of Anagram. Comes in... the color is unique, right? So that it's black now rather than gray. The packaging is different. You get this rather lovely little kind of Guitar Essentials cover on your unit. You get a little Sweetwater and Andertons Retail Edition power supply box. Yeah. You get a USB cable and some stickers and good stuff in there.
Are they limited, these?
There are, kind of.
Kind of.
So, I'm going to come back to that very shortly. We'll come back to that. So Anagram is a 6-core DSP processing powered guitar, bass, instrument, effects device. So let that sink in for a minute. 6-core, right? Not quad-core.
Let that sink in.
6-core. All right, so tons and tons and tons of processing power.
Yeah.
A lot of what it does you'll be familiar with, right? So you can see now, in fact, let's zoom in slightly. We have signal chains, we have blocks we assign within the signal chains, we have amp models, we have cabinet emulations, we have effects, we have IRs, all that stuff. One thing Anagram can kind of say, I believe, uniquely, with no competition, is it's the first hardware device that we've come across that will now run the full versions of the new Tone 3000 A2 profiles.
And a light one, so both of them. You can run both of them.
Yeah, as in it's got the processing power to it. Lots of the cheaper Nuix, Blackstar, blah, are going to load the light version of those captures, but the Anagram will do the full versions. Yes, it's got its own proprietary modeling. So, you know, the guys at Darkglass are doing all that kind of machine learning, clever stuff, going, let's make an amp. And we'll show you a little bit about Guitar Essentials where that comes in. I was very, very excited to find out, you know, this is all relatively recent, so that Tone 3000 A2 announcement, they've done a ton of marketing to suggest that is taking profiling to like another level, and this hardware will run that. So that's basically what Anagram is. So the guitar, so you asked, is it limited? And I guess what's Guitar Essentials? This is Guitar Essentials is a sort of a celebration of the fact now that via Marketplace, which is imagine like an app store for a guitar effects processor, you will now be able to download the Guitar Essentials pack, which is a curated set of amps and pedals that we've worked with, where Andertons and Sweetwater have worked with Darkglass to kind of go, these are the amps I think we'd like, and as you're tweaking them, this is how we think they should be maybe tweaked to be slightly more accurate, etc. So Guitar Essentials is preloaded into the limited Guitar Essential version of Anagram. And for the first 1,500 units in the world, the only way that you can get Guitar Essentials, I do like that, thank you very much, Darkglass. I think it's the first time I've seen Andertons come up as you load a product open.
Super cool.
But yeah, the first 1,500 of these units, this will be the only way that you can get Guitar Essentials.
Right.
Okay, so it's preloaded in here.
Yeah.
Once these have sold out, I don't know, I guess we're probably talking 2 or 3 months down the line from when you see this video. Darkglass will release the Guitar Essentials app, if you like, onto Marketplace. And if you're an existing Anagram owner, you'll be able to go buy that. And if you miss out on the limited edition ones, you'll just be able to go and buy a normal Anagram and go and buy Guitar Marketplace.
Yeah.
In terms of pricing, stuff like that, let's get that out of the way first. Normal Anagram in the UK is $8.99. Right. Guitar Essentials is going to be $9.99. The Guitar Essentials plugin, I believe, is going to be about £150 / dollars. So it's marginally cheaper, not a lot in it, but marginally cheaper for you to buy the limited one than it will be to buy Anagram. Yeah. Obviously, if you're in the States, there's dollar pricing, and I'm not entirely sure. I think it's pegged very similarly to the base version, i.e., I think this is going to be about $100 more than whatever you pay for the base version in America.
You did a me then.
I know. I realised. You know what? I'm not going to spend too long. The way this operates, you're going to be hyper familiar. Most guitar effects brands have kind of gone down the route of going, here's your signal chain, here's your block. We've got a lovely combination of a touch screen and the knobs above that coincide. But anyway, so what we've created first is using scene mode. I've taken the Victory MKX, which is the amp that I'm using in most videos. I've created 3 scenes, one with a capture, an A2 full capture.
Yeah, we did them, didn't we? We've done lots of here that'll be available.
Yeah, we'll make all of these A2 captures available. Read the description below. So scene 1 is the clean channel, scene 2 is the gain 1 channel, and scene 3 is the gain 2 channel. So, and then I've added like a little bit of reverb, and I think one of the channels has some extra. But this is scene mode, right? So we're staying in the same patch, but the 3 switches will do a different scene. So let's hear the clean thing was what Pete did the intro one. So
it sounds great.
Imagine that's channel 1, but now I want channel 2. And as you know, the way I use channel 2 on my MKX is that it's basically clean unless I really dig
unless you dig into it.
That's kind of
it's got that.
You can actually see on there I've dumped a low gain kind of tube screamer on top of that as well. And then scene 3, we've done it as the 3rd channel, and we've added some delay. And we're just running all of this actually through an IR that Rabir sent us. So it's just whatever IR. Thank you, Rabir, for sending us that IR.
How cool is that, though? I love this form factor. You know, I know that now there's the other one with the switches, but I prefer this layout on it with the switches there.
Yeah,
that's just personally me. I mean, I think it's...
I think I know what Pete's saying. I mean, I think the little mini QC is beautiful looking as well. Yeah. You know what? There's more than enough room.
More than enough for anybody.
For everybody to...
if you like that, but buy both then.
So, okay. Obviously, this is full MIDI, and some of you might decide to use this within a bigger MIDI setup. But on the basis you just want to keep it to these, essentially, in scene mode, okay, and I have to adjust scene mode. In fact, no, that's not true, actually. I can adjust scene mode by holding this C button down, and it changes between preset, stomp, and scene. But within scene mode, 2 switches together goes down, these 2 switches together goes up a preset, and then the 3 buttons are your scenes. So we want to go to the next scene. So what we have also now done is taken the Royalist. Now, if you know the Royalist, you'll know it has 3 preamp modes. It has a 64, a 67, and a 70 mode. And we've done the same thing again. So first scene is 64.
Yeah.
$1967. And 70, which I think, and it's dumped to overdrive.
That's proper 70s rock, isn't it?
Yeah. I kind of just bear with a minute here because the first 4 or 5 presets that we're going to use in this video are actually all where we have played around with NAMM A2.
Yeah, these are all in A2
profiles. So we're in a second we'll hit some of the amps that are just the regular sort of proprietary modeling. You can hear what that is.
It's running 3 at the same time.
Yeah. We've called this patch Deputy Taco, right?
Deputy?
So scene 1
Taco.
is the Deputy. Scene 2 is Pink Taco. So here we go.
Okay.
And then Taco.
Oh, and if you want to hear a humbucker,
yes.
look at this now. Here we go. This is
Where's Pete gone?
So me. What's happened to me? Look at this. I like it though.
Okay, what is next? Right.
Oh, the AFD.
Okay,
I know
so
what I need for
now
that one then.
I've remembered now. So I've called this patch AFD Stomp, which reminds me I now need to change to Stomp mode because this is another thing that we're doing. So rather than we've only got one capture now of the Marshall AFD amplifier, so I'm not using scenes to switch between different amp settings. I mean, I can use scenes for tons of different stuff. What I'm using is Stomp mode, and you can see the 3 pedals are illuminated, so essentially each of these is just going to turn off an individual stomp pedal. So I've got a tube screamer, a chorus, and a delay. So here's without any of.
Take me down to the Paradise City.
If you want to put tube.
And then we did.
Maybe you want to get a bit Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh, was it Take Me Down to the Paradise City?
Oh, that I don't know. So like you get the idea, right?
Yeah.
I don't think, to be fair, I don't think the scene stomp preset thing is something Anagram can kind of claim like they invented. That's a pretty conventional way for these kinds of units to work.
Yeah.
I probably on this should have tried to capture a slightly less gainy version of the Marshall. Look, whatever, you get the idea, right? We captured the Laney. So
Yeah.
if you want something super late, sludgy and stuff, this is that kind of vibe. I was trying to do a top boost thing, and I vaguely remember I did an EQ thing, which is this one. I liked on that pedal how you can hear like the amp collapsing in on itself.
Yeah.
So there's 2 more. This was our SLO. Again, we just based it as a big gainy sound. I kind of...
There was a clean first and then the other channel, wasn't it? We did one
that's
channel.
right. So no, you're absolutely right. So now what I'm doing is I've got a preset here where I can actually alternate. I can use scene mode to go between the clean and the crunch channel.
Yeah.
And I can use stomp mode to just add the 2 effects that I've decided to do, which is kind of like this is probably the most sophisticated like way you might use this. So here's the clean SLO sound.
Got a compressor on it. I like the little light going on a compressor.
Yeah,
I've
got a compressor and a bit of noise
I
gate.
love these icons, by the way.
Yeah.
And you can zoom in on. Now that's lit up there.
Yeah.
Nice little details.
I was flying through the presets at this point, but you can kind of see that one I might want to make a little bit louder, so I can adjust the input gain and the output gain on all of these different...
Change the...
the A2 thingy. But if I now go over to Stomp mode, staying on that...
What's this one?
I kind of feel like we probably spent more time than we needed to just showing you some of the presets that we've done using profiles. So, oh no, there's one more. So this is the best one. This is the orange synthy one. You must hear this. I'm not going to go too into it. I'm not even going to show you what I've done here, other than this is using a synth fuzz pedal over an orange profile.
That one, yeah.
Put shimmer on it and everything. Look, like I say,
whoa, my life is...
I know.
I'm being
kind of
raptured.
feel like these product demos can kind of run away with you a bit because you go, oh yeah, and this and this and this and this, but you get the idea, right? Tons of stuff. Okay, here is a blank preset. What we haven't shown you at all yet is, what we haven't really shown you is what comes with Guitar Essentials, which, so look, this is all very familiar, right? If you're used to using this kind of stuff. So you can see, here's our signal chain. If you're slightly short-sighted and you don't need to see all 20 blocks or whatever there, you can use the zoom mode and you get a sort of a close-up view. So next screen, what kind of effect do you want to add in here? Boom. Right.
Oh, what is that one there?
We've got this in its guitar-friendly kind of mode. So what it's doing is if there are blocks in here that are bass-related, they're hidden. If I turn the guitar-friendly mode off, you can just see everything. It would just take longer for me to go through. Now everything you're seeing here are the Guitar Essentials amps and cabs. All right.
And the loaders in there as well.
Yeah. So you can see, now some of these we chose, some of these Darkglass chose, some of these Sweetwater chose. So you can see, you know, a couple of things that you'll see in the back here. We've got a model of the Deputy, we've got a Deluxe, we've got a Twin, we've got some Marshall bits, we've got, and then, I don't know, there's Hi-Watts, there's Bogners, there's Boogies, there's 5150s, all kinds of good stuff.
Cabinets.
The cabs, again, are a mix of, you've got modelled cabs and an IR loader. So if you would prefer, you can do that. And then this green block here is your NAMM profile loader. So let's just very quickly grab a Deputy. I don't need to add a cab,
no,
because the models have like a baked-in cab, which you can, somewhere in the parameters, you can elect to...
there you go, so you can turn it off.
Where is it? Over here? Over here, yes. So you can elect to turn off the cab sim within the model and then apply your own IR or a different one. But this one has it built in, which is great, actually. I quite like that. Well, obviously, we need reverb.
Obviously.
Because life doesn't work without reverb. So these are all the reverbs and stuff that you'll get in Guitar Essentials again. Let's choose a plate reverb. I mean...
So. And you can make that into stereo reverb or whatever you want over there, look.
Oh, no. It's modelling all of the voices. Yeah, it's modelling all the voices that you've got in Deputy. So we could switch that to. Keep it Simple, right? There's a patch, right? It sounds great. For me, yeah. Obviously, you can pile in your...
More reverb, though, right? Much
hundreds more reverb. If you want to hear what a different amp sounds like, we go to this little sort of transfer button here. Maybe we want a deluxe instead. We're probably not the best demonstration team to show you what a 5150 sounds like.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you can if you...
Yeah, there was a lot of reverb on there right now. But
yeah, I wanted more. Obviously we can put noise gates on. I mean, look.
But I love this. It's that there's no noise gate on it from the get-go.
Yeah,
you can just put it on if you want to.
Signal noise, great. Absolutely. So yeah, without getting to, I suppose we're into the Guitar Essentials bit now. So before we sort of dive off, I will just literally whiz through some of the other things you're getting. So you saw the amps and the cabs here, right? These are what we call like the essential overdrive pedals. Of course, you need a tube screamer, a clon, a blues driver.
I've loaded some of them in actually already.
I was going to say some of these actually are the bass ones here, so I probably would want to kind of get rid of those. But yeah, Pete's loaded a couple in from Marketplace. We'll come to Marketplace in a minute. All your different EQs and filters and stuff, modulations. Again, you've got your choruses, flanges, phasers, all the kind of essential things that you need. And then your delays are over here with your digital delay, analog delay, modulation delays, and your various reverbs. Tons and tons, right? What's in utilities? Oh, okay. So we've got an overall volume control, volume pedal. You've got another kind of utility kind of loader that can just be used to load anything in. You've got your output routing where again, so it can do all of the parallel all of that. Series kind of routing, split outputs, one amp on one side, one on the other, all that stuff if you wanna. Before we go into Marketplace, I think it's worth spending a second just to talk about the user interface. Like I say, I think a lot of how devices like this operate now are just becoming familiar to guitar players. So I don't think there's not a steep learning curve like in the olden days where they may have been. In fact, I still think with some products now, I know we're not a Fractal dealer, but that's the criticism that's often leveled at Fractal is against just the learning curve to work out how it works is always very high.
Right, okay.
So here we go. So for example, I've gone into this Delicacy Blue sort of Bogner vibey sort of amplifier. So you can see we've got this lovely combination of a touch screen to go, scroll across the panel of amplifiers. But then essentially, rather than having one of those sort of, I don't necessarily know that I mind it, but some people find it a bit awkward where you're going, oh, what do I do? Do I wiggle my finger around on the knob to do this? It's basically that there's always one of these knobs above the parameter that you want to change.
Super cool.
All right, so you're just literally going, okay, so I'll dial it in like that, and then I'll squiz it along over here, and I'll turn the cab sim on or off or whatever.
And they feel good. They feel good, those.
Yeah, they feel
really
nice.
Delicious knobs to touch.
So that's kind of cool. And then obviously when you're into your effects and things like that,
same thing.
Yeah, it's maybe slightly less graphical, so now it doesn't look like the knobs on the pedal, but it's super clear. If you want to adjust the wet dry mix, you're just playing with these over here. If there is multiple pages, again,
for the trails.
In fact, it's this little icon at the very bottom here would suggest, okay, there is a second page there, and then again you're just adjusting stuff like this, and always from any screen you can elect to swap stuff out if you want to, or anyway. Look, I do think it's super easy to use.
I prefer these blocks as well. They look where some other manufacturers just use the same icon for an overdrive pedal. So once you're in there, you've got four the same kind of overdrive thing. Which one is the tube screamer? You get sort of.
I would say when the icons are down to this sort of zoom out mode, I was finding on things like EQ blocks, sort of going, you'd get three and they'd look very similar, and it was quite difficult.
They don't do this, like, you can at least see there's colours and stuff in there, which I'd prefer at my old age.
On the subject of editing, I have four
you have a list.
Updates that I can tell you about that are in the pipeline, won't be out on day one of this, but will be out within the first, I would imagine, between then and the end of 2026. So probably coming sooner. Right now, there's no editor for your laptop,
right?
But that's coming super soon. Shortly after that will be a Bluetooth version of that, so you'll be able to edit from your tablet. And again, at some point in the year, browsing Tone 3000 and browsing Marketplace, which currently we have to do here, will become native to the unit. You'll just browse. This will be connected to Wi-Fi, and you'll browse Tone 3000 Marketplace, anything else they did.
Like the Blackstar has in their little B map, where you go down, you scroll down, you can load them in or whatever.
So we're getting to the end, everybody. We just want to show you Marketplace now. I sort of feel Marketplace is probably the thing that right now might be the least compelling reason. You're going to buy this because you think it sounds great and the form factor's cool and you can do the NAMM 3000 stuff like that. But actually, ultimately, I think Marketplace will end up being the greatest reason to buy Anagram. That, of course, is reliant on adoption of Marketplace. At the moment, there's 50, 60 different things that you can go to Marketplace and buy. They're predominantly where you'd expect them to be, so pedals and amps and things like that. But what's interesting is Marketplace could be anything. Somebody could design a DAW to go in Marketplace. Someone could design a drum machine, a looper. So challenge on you guys out there. If you're a developer, you just finished your computing degree, then
go for it.
Anagram will release all of the information that you need to develop. I forget what the technical name for that is, but you get your pack of everything you need to know.
Developing
software. Then you go for it. You sell your product on here, you get to charge a price for it, you get a cut of that sale, and I guess it'll be attractive to developers sitting out there going, well, this is interesting. Who knows? So who knows in a year or two's time
where this is going?
Crazy shit you'll be able to do.
Absolutely. But that's why I think this is so much ahead of any of the other ones, because they're kind of stuck into a certain thing or their own cloud, where this is just for everyone.
Exactly that.
And what was it, 300,000 people on doing Tone?
That's Tone 3000.
But that's a part of all of this. So those people that are developing that will also start developing for this, and this is because it could be crazy.
Are we screen recording?
We are screen recording.
So let's just scroll through what this kind of stuff looks like.
So this is the Marketplace. You got plugins and everything. You can choose whether you want to see amps and cabs. So when it goes green, those are the kind of sections you get in here. Or you can turn off. So if you only want modulation and pitch, you're in here. So you got some ring modulation, hologram, cosmic milk.
We all need more cosmic milk in our lives.
Exactly.
Don't we?
Let's put some cosmic, so I can install it.
Can you even say that word?
Tetraploppia
doubler.
Tetraploppia doubler. If I install that, it'll go like that.
Who knows what a tetraploppia doubler does? We're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen.
And then, so now it's throwing that into the thing.
I just need to point out one thing that we have been given is we've been given the ultimate unlock keys. So we're not paying for any of this.
Oh, no,
So
we got the
if you're
keys
like
for
a
the castle.
normal user, obviously each of these will have a price attached to it. There is a way of trialing stuff for a few, like a half a minute or something like that before you have to commit to buying it. And apparently I was wrong on that, and some of them are free.
Some of them are free, and you can see I've installed like a Shiro verb already. I mean, that looks like something that we know. I've the gaffer delay, 80s gear. Is that like cocaine?
Possibly. Install it.
So let's see, distortions, what you have in here as well. You got Bit Crusher. Oh, hang on, let me turn these off there. I can see what is installed. Where we go? Plexi.
Just let's put something kind of more
I've
crazy.
Installed that in
I saw you installed the Minotaur.
Something crazy, amp squeezer, some bass stuff there.
It's definitely worth having a look at Marketplace, because there are some recognizable names in here as well, like people who are big in that whole kind of software scene for guitar players and bass players. So, look, that's it basically.
Yeah, I'll put some stuff in there now.
Pick one that you just downloaded. Should we try and find that tetraploblic thing, or whatever it was? I don't even know what it is. Is it a modulation pitch thing?
Yeah.
So it's doubler, right?
Here it is. So now it's appeared over here. I click it here. It comes in. I don't know what it's going to do.
I want this hologram thing, because that's
Well, load that in as well. We'll put it all in.
I'll load it all in, man.
You know what? I'm going to change back to your deputy because I'm sort of familiar with the cleanliness of that sound. Here we go. So there's... Oh, I see. Look, you get your 30 seconds of trial over here or whatever.
Right.
It is, so what does a tetraploplier doubler do?
Oh, well, it's doubling.
Delays?
So it's like a...
Look how cool the screen is for the hologram. That's like a chorusy kind of thing, isn't it? Unless you can change.
Use the eventide, that's what I was saying.
You've got loads of...
Phantom Zone as well. Man, this is sweet.
I mean, look.
Where's the cosmic milk on there? Can we just have some cosmic milkies?
Is that going to be modulation
Mummy,
or delays?
I would like some milk.
Hang on.
No, it's in.
You had your Shiro gear and all kinds of cosmic milk. It is. It's another chorus. We got multiple choruses on here.
Can't play any of those, but we'll get killed.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. Which was it? This one? I love this because actually one of the things, like the amps are really nicely done.
Zoom in on it.
The amps are really nicely done. Some of these like basic effects are a bit more boringly done, aren't they? In there, but I guess as this develops,
no,
it wasn't Cosmic Milk, was it? It was that one.
Yeah,
that's super cool. That obviously is zoomed in now. There you are.
What is this?
I kind of think...
Cross as well. And...
So, if you're still watching now and you're still undecided,
good
let's just recap, right? So, 6-core processor, does the NAM A2 full profiles.
XLR out.
Good ins and outs, all that kind of stuff. Super compact. Regular Anagram $8.99, but you're going to have to wait for a few months before you can buy Guitar Essentials on Marketplace.
Yeah.
Or $9.99 for the limited edition Guitar Essentials one. Only available in the whole world from Andertons or Sweetwater. And on that front, and I know none of you are watching anymore because you're all about half an hour in, I know Andertons is trying to do something on its website for the Anagram launch to make it slightly clearer for European customers exactly what delivery time is going to be and what charges might be made when it arrives. So, yeah, obviously if you are in Europe, Andertons is the place to buy it from. And like I say, we could try and make it a bit easier for you as well. So, there you go.
That's great, man. It's great. This is great.
Isn't it?
It's very cool. I love the prospects of it down the line as well, in like 6 months, a year, when people start developing it and people start using it. And
so are we calling it now? Can somebody develop us, please, the 4-channel
looper
that we can load WAV files in?
WAV files, and then having 4 tracks looping the...
If you develop that, I would buy that off Marketplace.
Yeah, 50 quid. I'll pay 50 quid for that.
100.
Easy. You pay 100.
Yeah,
okay, so you buy it then.
Right. Goodness me. I'm sure there's other stuff. I tell you what is cool as well. I've sent one of these to Joe from Guitar Nerds and Paul from Studio Rats.
Right.
So whether their video comes out the same day as ours or a few days later, whatever, go and see what they say.
Yeah.
Of course, Sweetwater have done their video.
Yeah.
So if you like their vibe of videos, go and watch what they're doing as well. I'm sure there'll be an official Darkglass one as well. Anyway, there you go. That's your next 3 hours worth of YouTube viewing sorted out. As far as we're concerned, though, we are done, right,
We're
Mr.
over
Pete?
and out. We got a thing tonight, haven't we? So,
we have.
So, yeah, let's go and do that.
Right. See you later. Thanks for watching.